I'm from Windsor, Connecticut. It's a small town. Not even a lot of people know what Connecticut is to begin with, so I doubt they know what Windsor is. I started playing basketball when I was in fifth grade. That's when I got like serious. That's when I started playing my first team. I wasn't that good, but I started getting good towards my freshman year. Like in COVID, I had like a big growth spurt, and that led to me becoming a better player. And as I got better, it made me want to work harder so I could continue to get better. I played football, and it was fun when you're little. Like basketball, you have to be skilled. Football, when you're little, you could just run around, tackle people, run. It's just fun. But as I got older, I kept getting taller, so I eventually switched to basketball full
Okay.
time. So when quarantine started, I was like 6 foot, 6'1", and then like a few months into quarantine, like the beginning, like when COVID first hit, a few months in, I grew to like 6'4", and then I'll say a few months after that, I grew to like 6'6", and then about right now, I'm like 6'7", 6'8". So quarantine when it really hit. It was it was different. Like I didn't notice I was getting taller until I went to go work out with one of my cousins, and he was like way taller than me. And then I just kept going with him, kept going with him, and then I noticed like I got taller than him in the span that we were working out. That's when I noticed I was taller, but it was a little bit of an adjustment, like getting used to my body, but it wasn't nothing crazy for. But I did like there was a span where I couldn't play games. I had to sit out because I had super bad knee pains. So I would say that was the biggest adjustment. Is I had bad growing pains. I'm not gonna say I was a point guard because I was still taller than most. Like when I was 6 foot, that was eighth grade. Like I'm not. That's not like the tallest, but like there's not a lot of 6 foot eighth years. So I wasn't like a point guard, but I definitely was like I would say like a two guard. Right now, I would say I'm like a three, but if I want to like the next level, I want to become a two. Well, now it's not really two or three; it's just a wing. So I would say that's my position. My wingspan is like 7 foot, and my weight I weigh around like 195 to 200. I'm not too big, but yeah. My mom is 5'8" and my dad is 6'8". So I have tall parents. Nah, my dad didn't play any sports. No one in my like really immediate family plays. Like I have a cousin. Most of my family lives like down south, so I have a cousin in South Carolina that went to Clemson for football. But nobody I'm close to that was really like good at sports or took it serious. I would say it's not like I play on the New York Reds, so obviously I take trips to New York, and we have people from New Jersey, Philly, New York, and it's easy to tell the difference and why like those states are so good at basketball because we have so many good players that play against each other from when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You have no choice but to get better if you keep playing against someone that's better than you or just as good as you. In Connecticut, there's good basketball, but like the overall majority of basketball is not that good. So the culture in Connecticut of basketball is getting better. Like my class, 2024 class in Connecticut, is actually like a very strong class. Like we have a lot of people that go out of state to play on EYBL or UAA teams. So it's picking up, but like it's nothing like New York or New Jersey where every class is just stacked. But 2024 is like the start of good basketball in Connecticut. My biggest strength is shooting the ball. And another strength is I could guard a lot of positions. Probably like I would say like 1 through 4. Like the 5, if it's like a big post player, that's when it gets tricky. But 1 through 4, I'm good. And I can shoot the ball, and I'm just a good teammate and I'm coachable. That's a big thing. Biggest thing for me is making plays off the bounce. Because that's when like I have a high major recruitment right now, but like once I start making plays off the bounce, that's when I think my game will go to like another level. And I have 2 major people that I work with to get my dribble off the bounce. There's a basketball player from Connecticut named Mustafa Haran. You might know who that is. He was a 5-star. He's from Waterbury. So his dad, when I was younger, that's what I went to learn like all the fundamentals and stuff about basketball. So that's what I work with. And he's like the main guy that helps me out. My pass, I could actually pass the ball really well. But to show that, I'm gonna have to start dribbling the ball to make plays so I'm able to pass. But you can see it in spurts and certain situations. Yeah, a little bit. Like I'm getting better at being more aggressive, but I pass a lot. But now I'm shooting my shots, the good shots. The beginning of the summer, session 1, we started session 1. Session 1 was a rough session for me. I didn't play that well. I didn't shoot the ball. Like it was like a confidence thing, I think, for me. Session 1 was a bad session. And then session 2, I played well. I got an offer from Iona, and that helped me build confidence for the rest of the summer. And then the rest of the summer, I had a good summer. So I started off rough, but I finished out super strong. Well, my coach literally said to me, if you don't shoot the ball, you're not going to play. So I shot the ball. That's a bit like when my coach said that, I have no choice but to shoot the ball. And when I started shooting the ball, it started going in. It gave me more confidence for the whole summer. And eventually that confidence just going to stick with me everywhere I go. Yeah, it's been crazy. After PCM, a lot of new schools hit me up like the couple of days, like yesterday and today. And after the game, getting a lot of interviews from like reporters, rivals, 247, stuff like that. So it really picked up. I would say it was like kind of like a dream to me. Like when I first started playing basketball in like 5th grade, I used to watch like a lot of the famous high school players like Sharif Cooper and all that. And it was almost like a fantasy to be a heavy, highly recruit, get D1 offers, take visits, take pictures at visits, colleges, and stuff like that. But now that's reality. It's kind of like unreal. Like it still doesn't feel real, but like it's becoming more and more of reality to me. John Mobley, session 4. Like I'm 6'8" and I'm long, so our coach session 4, I played against Jamari Phillips. He's like a 5-star PG elite, and I had like a really really good defensive game on him. So after that, for the rest of the season, every time we played a good high level guard, I had to guard him the whole game, pick him up 94 feet, make sure he doesn't touch the ball. So I did that for 2 games really well. And then came the 3rd game versus Vegas Elite, and John Mobley was up, and he's a tough guard because he doesn't stop moving off the ball, and he could shoot from deep. So it was like a really hard guard. I don't really think about rankings that much because I play on a high level team, so with the Reds. So in practice, when you're competing with guys like Dylan Harper and Dwayne, they're ranked. So if I'm competing with them, that shows me where I'm at. So I don't think I really need a ranking to show me like how good I am. But getting ranked, it'll be nice. I'm not gonna say like I wouldn't want to get ranked, but like it's not like the biggest deal ever to me. Uh, Going against Dylan Harper, Dwayne, like we had a week of practice before session 4. So and Nas Cunningham, he played 17U. Obviously, everybody knows Nas. He came to our practice like to work out, and we'll like play one-on-ones and play like live games and compete. So when you do well against those guys, Nas obviously the number 1 player in the country at my grade. It's like challenging, but it gives you confidence because if I could compete with them, then I could compete with anybody in the country. So it would change. Like in Connecticut, I'm full confidence, but when I would go like away, like to play with the Rens or practice with the Rens and stuff like that, my confidence will waver. Like I had a really good high school season, so I played good in Connecticut. I was confident every game I played. I had a good season. I had all state, all that. But then when I went to the Rens, it wasn't the confidence. So I would say it was changing because of where I was at. But now, since I like performed in session 3, Indy, Kansas City, and PCM, like that tells me I could perform anywhere. So that really gives me utmost confidence. Well, there's not like a high level team in Connecticut to play with. So going to play with the Rens, it helps me play against high level guys in practice and the other teams, high level too. Playing on the UIBL circuit, it's the best players in the country. So it really just shows me that I'm one of the top guys in the country and just allows me to see places I've never been. Like I never been to Kansas City, Indiana. It allows me to travel to places I haven't been. And it allows me to make lifelong friends with my teammates because, you spend a lot of time with those guys. You spend more time off the court than on the court. So you really get to make connections with people that you would never meet if you didn't play on that team. Gotcha. Goofiest guy on the team is probably Pong. Pong is the goofiest guy. Like he's from China. He speaks a good amount of English, but not that much. So he teaches us a bunch of Mandarin words, and he's really like a goofball. One of my goals is to make NEPSAC first team or like honorable mention. It's only my junior year, and NEPSAC is usually like post grads, so older guys. But it's beginning to come like an undergrad league with a lot of good players in it. So my goal is just to make an immediate impact and win a lot of games because Jerry Quinn, he's a legend. He's Hall of Famer, over 1,000 wins. So he knows what he's doing. So that was a big part of my decision. But I just want to go in, compete, get better every day, and come out a better player than I'm winning as. It was local. Like I would be okay with going anywhere in the country if it's the right spot. But it's like 40 minutes away from my house and it had everything I was looking for. I was looking for a more competitive league, which the NEPSAC AAA is one of the most competitive leagues in the country. And then I was looking for a place where I could go to the gym anytime I wanted to. And then it's a prep school, so you live there and you have the gym whenever you want. And then Jerry Quinn, I heard about his resume. You go in his office, you see all the NBA and college players he coached. So it's not much you can really argue if you see what it is right there. So I just knew he was a good coach and it was a good program and he had everything I was looking for. So that was a big part of why I chose St. Thomas More. I'm gonna say I'm one of the main guys, but one of my teammates from Rennes, Dante Green, he's coming to St. Thomas More. And then the rest of the players, I don't know who. Like we played in the NEPSAC showcase, so we had a couple of our main guys in that tournament. So I know there's a guy named Louis Simona. He's from Ohio. He's like 6'8". he could shoot, and he's like super athletic. That's one of my teammates. So I don't really know the whole team yet, but I know it's going to be a good team. Interest, Oregon, Arizona, Wake Forest, Maryland. Those are the ones that hit me after PCM. And then offers I got Rutgers and PCM, West Virginia, Pitt. Recently, I got Syracuse, Iowa, Virginia Tech, Penn State. So those are the most recent offers right now. It's kind of hard to believe, but it's reality now. So this season I'm really gonna have to like actually watch college basketball, like not watch what team I like, but like see what system I would fit in that will ultimately help me get to the next level. So it's gonna be a big adjustment. I'm gonna have to start because although it seems like a far away, my college decision is not that far away. I don't have unlimited time to choose, so I'm gonna have to start watching some of these programs and seeing how they play. I want to play for a coach, and that's gonna let me play through my mistakes. A team that goes up and down, plays man defense, and shoots the ball a lot, and plays through their wings. So that's gonna be what I'm really looking for. Rutgers, even though they just offered me, they've been hitting me up a lot. West Virginia, they're consistent. They hit me up a lot. Syracuse, Penn State, really all of them. So far, there's not really a leader. It's all consistent. Everybody's consistent with the contacts and stuff. I took a visit to URI before. I don't remember what session it was, but that was my first college visit, and I'm planning on taking a visit to Rutgers and UConn before I have to go up to school. Those are the two visits I'm planning on taking right now. Um, Gonzaga and UCLA. Those are big ones right there, and Florida State. I would be open to it, but like OTA thing what Nas did when he like forfeited the salary to keep his college eligibility, I think that was like super smart, and I think he's gonna benefit from that. Well, that's something I would do because he's gonna have the OTE facility, the trainers, 24-hour gym access, and he's still gonna be able to go to college. So I think that was a really smart decision. Um, I'm looking for a school in a good conference, a school that's like able to win their conference and compete in their conference, and hopefully compete for a national championship. Have a good team prior years, a good history, like a good coach that's like a stable coach, a system where they go up and down, shoot the ball, defend, and that's really it. One player I watch a lot is Paul George. I like how he's big and he's skilled, but he also defends. That's like that was my first player that I liked. He made me like become a fan of the Indiana Pacers. Like that's like a weird team, but it was strictly because of him. My mom is a big motivation for me. Like when I was younger, I couldn't see all the work that she put in to put me in position to where I need to be like driving me all around the place, like to New York back and forth to get to practice, Waterbury to go work out. I didn't notice that until recently. So I see all that my mom does, and that really motivates me. And my dad too. He doesn't really get to see me play all that much. Like he'll watch the live stream. He really works a lot. So it's work, come home, sleep, work, come home, sleep. So I see all the sacrifice that they both do just for me to be in position. and do what I want to do. So that's really a big motivation for me. So I could eventually be in a position to let them relax. So I'll be the one taking care of them. It's a big motivation. My mom, she's a supervisor of like she supervises a building like of mentally unstable people, like people that need help. So she supervises that. And then she'll do like home visits, make sure people take their medicine, stuff like that. So she's basically like a nurse kind of. And then my dad, he works on cars. He does like brakes, tires, stuff like that. He works on cars. I have, I have four siblings. I have a younger brother, a younger sister, and an older brother and an older sister. My brother, he plays a little bit of football, like youth football, and he plays video games. And my sister's they're into whatever girls are into. I have no idea. And my older brother, he just had a son, so he's really just focused on his son right now. Yeah, I'm in the gym a lot. I'm not gonna say I always been like this. I used to hate working out and going to practice. I used to just only want to play in the games. But like starting like freshman year, and especially now, like when I got my first offer, it was like wow, like I could be a Division 1 player. So it gave me a lot of motivation to work hard. So basketball is like the main thing I do. If I'm not playing basketball, I'm probably just relaxing somewhere. But I don't really do much, so I get in the gym a lot. That's like the main thing I do with my time. I seen my mom and dad do. They don't have a choice. Like they have to work to make money to pay the bills and keep food on the table and buy me clothes and necessities that I need. So I took their work ethic and it kind of got like implanted in me. It made me want to work. So eventually I could repay them for what they did for me. So it's kind of like a motivational thing too for that. Uh, One of the big things I off the court, I just watch a lot of YouTube. Like I watch a lot of basketball on YouTube, like day in the life, stuff like that. Or I'll just play video games with my friends. I have a friend group and we all play basketball. But off the court, we play sometimes we play Fortnite together. But that's about it. Hang out with my family, stuff like that. I think I want to be like maybe like a Stephen A. Smith, like like be on TV, talk about basketball. Like I don't know what that's called, but I think I would want to be something like that. We have a lot of heated arguments about basketball opinions and stuff like that. One person that would be like I'll say like Kobe and Michael Jordan. And then another one would be my grandfather. Like one of my grandfathers passed away before I was born. So having a conversation with him would be a lot. And Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they're like ultra competitors and ultimate basketball players. So I'll be able to ask them a lot of questions and see how they got to where they ended up in their lives. A new house for my family. And then a lot of Kobe's. My Bruce Lee's. Those are like, if I have a big game, those are the shoes I'm wearing. I would say something like hashtag silent assassin. Like my coach says that about me. Like I don't talk much on the court. Like I might hit a shot and like then you'll hear me say something. Like if it's like a big shot. But most of the time I'll hit a shot, just run back on defense. I'll make a big play. I won't have like no expression on my face. I'm just calm, cool, and collected at most times. But sometimes I could get animated in the game, like in a big moment, but most of the time I'm just regular. 5 years, hopefully I'll be a NBA player, high level NBA player, contributing to a winning team and just doing good for my life and for my family.